Good evening and thank you for joining us. The Ontario Fire Marshal has been called in to investigate the cause of a fire in the city's south side Saturday night. The home is boarded up now, but Thunder Bay Fire and Rescue were called to the 1300 block of Mount Dale Avenue around 10 o'clock Saturday evening. Upon arrival, firefighters discovered huge flames at the rear of the single-story home. The fire was extinguished quickly, but it caused severe damage to the residents. Everyone in the house escaped the fire uninjured. The cause of the blaze has not yet been released. The fire marshal's office was called in because of the severity of the damage to the home. The investigation is ongoing. More details will be released as they become available. A 42-year-old is recovering in hospital after being attacked by a black bear while camping near Dryden. Police say a man was hiking with his two dogs along the trails in Sandbar Provincial Park when the bear started attacking the man from behind. Staff at the park say at 8 this morning, the black bear was caught with a live trap. The trails remain closed until officials complete their investigation. Police are reminding the public to be cautious around wild animals and to not feed wildlife. A man has been found dead in a vehicle near Marathon. Ontario Provincial Police say on Saturday a group of blueberry pickers came across a parked vehicle in a remote area located off Highway 17 in Macron Township. Inside the vehicle, the group discovered a man and called police. Police did confirm the man in the passenger seat was dead. The identity of the individual is being withheld until next of kin is notified. The investigation continues. Meanwhile, Marathon OPP are looking for the public's help in locating two suspects wanted for the investigation of a possible stolen vehicle. A vehicle was stopped in the area of the Williams mine on Highway 17 east of Marathon. One suspect was arrested while two others fled from the scene. Both suspects are described as Caucasian, wearing baseball hats. One is shorter in stature and has sunglasses on. One of the men is wearing a black hoodie and shorts. The other has a black shirt on. Motorists are being advised not to pick up any hitchhikers in the area. The section of Highway 17 at Williams Mine is closed at this time in both directions as police search for the two at-large suspects. Well, free entertainment and good food. That's what draws over 20,000 people to the Festa Italiana every year. The 23rd annual event wraps up today, and to spice things up, a few new events were thrown into the mix. Yes, that's right. The first ever Festa Italiana fashion show drew in quite the crowd today. The show was put on by The Loop and featured outfits from 5 different fashion boutiques across the city. Festival chair Benny Melchiori says it has brought in a young and diverse crowd.
This is new for the first year, which I think is very, very good. A lot of young people, they're participating, so I think that will draw a lot of people.
For those who can't make it down to the Italian Cultural Center, the whole event is being webcast for the first time this year. Also new is a performance by a band straight from Italy. That will run at 7:30 this evening. The festival wraps up tonight at 11 o'clock with a fireworks display. It is expected to be busy right up until the last minute. Well, the city is celebrating 2 accomplishments. First, for the newly developed waterfront, and second, for the Sleeping Giant Brewery, because the two have been recognized in the latest edition of Lake Superior magazine. Sold across North America, the magazine is sure to attract tourists to our city. Courtney Rutherford picks up the story.
It's a place where people tend to flock to, taking in everything the waterfront has to offer. Lake Superior magazine has named Thunder Bay's Marina Park among the best shorelines to stroll for 2013. The area was randomly selected by people who voted in an online survey. Kathy Ball, Marina Park's coordinator, says it's always great to have international recognition.
I mean, we're definitely proud of what was accomplished down here at Marina Park at Prince Arthur's Landing, as well as looking towards our future of the trail system throughout Thunder Bay. So keeping along the 52K of waterfront property and hopefully trail system as we move forward. So you never know, phase 3, phase 4 of waterfront development.
Meanwhile, a Thunder Bay business is also seeing some recognition in the magazine. Sleeping Giant Brewery is celebrating the Reader's Choice Award they picked up for the best locally brewed beer. Carrie Berlinkman, co-founder of Sleeping Giant Brewery, says they couldn't have imagined winning anything like this a year ago.
The fact that this wasn't pick one of 3, this was readers who actually had to write in our name. So they weren't given our choice. We had to be first in their mind in order for them to write our name down. So that made it even more special when we found that out. It's pretty cool.
The August edition of the magazine is on newsstands now. Courtney Rutherford, TBT News.
It might be a strange place to get your vegetables, but 2 bus terminals in the city are hosting Routes to Harvest this summer. And for the next 3 weeks, the organization will be bringing fresh vegetables to city residents. You'll see them every Monday from 11 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon at the Water Street Terminal. And on Thursdays, the mobile market will be located at City Hall. The Agricultural Education Group has employed 9 teenagers over a 6-week span to bring fresh produce to those who ride the bus. Until August 19th, expect to see garden fresh and reasonably priced veggies on the bus ride home. This project was made possible through a United Way grant that allows Routes to Harvest to launch mobile produce distribution. The goal is to bring vegetables to communities where affordable food may be limited. For the next few weeks, there will be no shortage of healthy things to eat.
Beets, greens, we have cilantro and basil. We're also hopefully in the next couple weeks going to be selling our snap peas. We're going to be selling tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, peppers, potatoes.
And the list goes on. People will also be able to purchase fresh garden vegetables from the Routes to Harvest garden on Cornwall and Algoma streets. Well, for more than a decade, the Terrace Bay Airstrip has played host to thousands of drivers looking to push their cars to the limit. This year was no different, as once again, anyone and everyone was able to get behind the wheel at Drag Fest. Jordan Milani has the story.
There's only one rule at Drag Fest: don't forget your earplugs. This weekend marked the 14th annual Terrace Bay Drag Fest, an event that year after year has drawn car enthusiasts and racers back to the North Shore, with all profits staying there.
Our club is not for profit. Everything that we make here, we donate to charities. Last 13 years, approximately $275,000 is what we put back into the North Shore up here in different volunteer groups.
This year's field featured more than 230 unique cars, all with one goal in mind: getting down the quarter-mile track as fast as they could. First-time racer from Thunder Bay, Donovan Hale, made the trip with his family and his custom rebuilt Plymouth Fury.
Pretty nervous at first. Didn't know what to do around the lights and everything. Trying to do a burnout for the first time is pretty cool. The second run, I'm starting to figure it out.
While pulling up to the starting line may look easy, organizers say it takes a lot of skill and nerve to make it down the track. However, they're willing to let just about anything do a run.
Bring mom's car or dad's car in and don't tell them you're coming, but you can bring them down and we'll put you through tech and get you to learn how to drag race, and right up to the pros. These guys here have got large amounts of horsepower. We're talking, in Super Pro and that, we're probably talking, 1,200-1,300 horsepower.
Dave Henry's turbocharged Supra boasts an impressive 1,100 horsepower. Henry travels around with the Midwest Wild Bunch, an old-school drag racing club with a drive for competition and speed.
Best part of the race is the launch. When you get to take off, it just slams you in the seat, and nothing like that feeling of a bunch of G's nailing you in the back in the seat. That's the best part.
Dave Padavisi from DC Automotive has been making the trip since the first year the event was held and seems to have no plans to miss a year anytime soon.
This weekend I don't get too serious about the racing because we spend most of our time, we have a booth set up at the track, and we spend a lot of our time just seeing how our customers are making out with their cars, and we just had a guy come up and he's looking for a coil and somebody else is looking for a belt and whatever, but it's more just about getting a chance to hang around with our customers and friends, and so but yeah, it keeps us busy, really busy.
Jordan Milani, TBT News.
Expect to sit on the edge of your seat throughout the newest production coming to the Paramount Theatre. Tape is a play directed by Michael Sabota and produced by New Noise Productions. It offers a raw, compelling, and sometimes disturbing look at friendships and young love.
I'm very excited. Well, you should be, Johnny. It is a great thing. Thanks, man. Thanks. And you know what else? It's great to be alive. Totally.
Tape revolves around 3 friends who grew up together in high school. In their senior year, the 2 male characters fell in love with the same girl, and on graduation night, something happens. The play takes place 10 years after that event in a motel room. Everything you see in the 90-minute production plays out in real time. Sabota says with material this good and a cast equally talented, it has been fun, and he calls the actors involved 3 of the best in our city.
Very, very tough material. This is really complex, emotionally draining material, gutsy material, edgy material. And I want to caution people that this is adult content and very mature language.
It's real, and just as in real life, there's comedy even in the most tragic of circumstances. And so there are times when you can laugh and times when maybe you're not sure how to react.
TAPE will kick off their shows at the Paramount Theatre Friday, August 9th and 16th, as well as Saturday, August 10th and 17th at 8 p.m. There will be a preview August 8th with tickets going for $10. All other performances are $15. Tickets are available at the Paramount Theatre, High Tide Tattoo Parlor, The Growing Season, and Steepers. I'm sure there's going to have good turnout for that. Looks interesting.
It looks like it's going to be a good one. I recognize a few of those faces in there as well, and Michael, a very good director, especially in Thunder Bay Theatre. So going to be a good show. Sports coming up after the break. Welcome back. It was a disappointing finish to the season for the Thunder Bay Chill. After claiming the PDL regular season title, the Chill were in tough against the Austin Aztecs last night in the final. Over 4,000 people piled into House Park in Austin for the match. Now, I should tell you that last week during the Central Conference Championship, I was talking about some of Thunder Bay's undisciplined play and how they managed to get a red card in big games, rather. Unfortunately, that was again the case last night. Temperatures in Austin for game time over 30 degrees, another hot one, and this game starts with a bang. Second minute, the outside shot is deflected, but Pedro Adan is Johnny on the spot, puts it home past Austin keeper Devin Cook, who wants that first save back, but the Chill strike just 2 minutes into the game. It's 1-0. Only 2 minutes later, though, the ball is played through for Chris Tierpak. Steven Patterson comes out and takes down the Aztec striker. The referee doesn't hesitate, immediately issues a red card to the Chill keeper. Now, he initially indicates a free kick from outside the box, but the linesman says the foul occurred in the penalty area, which means a penalty kick. More importantly, though, just talked about it, the Chill are down a man. Patterson can't believe that he's been sent off, but in comes Daniel Alvarado to replace him. Sonny Omoreji had to come off for the substitution. Cito Sione steps up to take the penalty, and Alvarado guesses wrong. The ball sails into the top corner. An absolutely wild first 5 minutes in the final. Things are tied at 1. Things settle down for a short while after that. Chances at both ends, but Austin with more pressure. Ball on the far side. The cross is going to come in. It gets knocked away, but it comes right to Sione, who unleashes a brilliant strike past a diving Alvarado. That's his second goal in the match on an impressive boot. What started so well for the Chill was unraveling quickly. It's 2-1 Aztecs. Move to stoppage time in the first half. Sione makes another run with time ticking down in the half, then plays the ball through. Tierpak was offside, so he doesn't make a play on it, but Kyrie Shelton does, and his strike sneaks under the hand of Alvarado. The Chill hadn't given up a goal all playoffs, but gave up 3 in the first half last night. They were down 3-1 at the break. Move to the second half, 54th minute. Austin gets a little careless with passes deep in their own end. Jose Altamirano forces the turnover. Sullivan Silva is then taken down in the box by Aaron Guillen. What do you know? The referee points to the spot once again for another penalty kick, but Guillen wasn't given a card on the play, something the Chill players don't quite agree with. So Paul Dillon steps up to take the penalty, but he puts it over the bar. Oh, heartbreak, can't believe it. The Chill blow a huge opportunity to get back in the game, and that's as close as they would come as the Austin Aztecs win the PDL championship in just their second year as a franchise. 3-1 the final. After the game, all the talk was about the first 5 minutes.
It's tough when you go down 10 men and you lose your goalkeeper. But I just thought, 2 of the goals were very questionable. I thought our PK, that was a red card as well. It was difficult. It's a tough one to take, but I'm proud of the guys as far as they came, and I thought the second half with 10 men, they really worked hard and they really gave a shot at it. And if we would have converted on that PK, things might have changed.
Yeah, we talked about it in the locker room. We had to come out, especially with this atmosphere. We had to come out the first 10 minutes strong, and we did. We got the goal. And then, it's soccer. That's what we play, Things happen. They got a PK. We got a red card. We went down. But at the end of the day, I think I'm proud of my teammates because, we fought to the end.